Spiritual Baptists have a saying, "Those who have eyes to see shall see." It references their ability to see both the carnal and spiritual realm. This summer, I made somewhat of a pilgrimage to Trinidad, the birthplace of the faith, to learn more about spiritual travel. This is what I saw on my journey.
Sometimes you see things in the spiritual world that you and dream things, when you're mourning and stuff, you see things and you dream things that are not of this world. Sometimes you might see yourself flying on an eagle, carnally. That ain't happening. Sometimes you might see yourself, you take a plane from here and you go to China. You can't just take a plane and go to China. You have to pay money for that. It's the only way that you can go to different country without taking a plane when you go to the spiritual realms.
That's teacher Raquel. Flashback to the first time we met at a prayers that her spiritual brother invited me to. Initially, she was very wary of me. I was a stranger that had just drifted into her space with a camera. But on this very same night, at these very same prayers, a spirit, which had manifested in someone, pulled her aside and told her that I was lost, and that she needed to be my guide. I then began to follow her pretty much everywhere, and she became my spiritual teacher in the field. She then also recalled a vision that she had 6 years ago, and she believes that it was me that she had met in the spiritual realm.
The other day, you were telling me that you might have seen in a vision before.
I might have seen in a vision?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everything is not a talk, Melanie. Some things are just that to be seen, Not everything you open your mouth and, that's not how spiritual Baptist things supposed to be. There's certain things they kept secret, certain things you talk.
What she really means is that she wouldn't tell the camera. She had already explained the vision to me before this recording. I was allowed to access this information because I am also a spiritual Baptist. I joined the faith 2 years ago. Becoming initiated into the faith through baptism is the first step towards learning to see and travel spiritually. The journey begins in complete darkness as the initiates walk towards the water. They must lose their sight in order to learn how to see.
you know, to enter into the spiritual realms. You know, you must be secluded, you must be in a secluded room, your ears must be covered, because you don't want to hear the things of the world, your eye must be covered, you don't want to see things of the world. And when you in that secluded room and you are all covered up, you enter into a place that flesh and blood cannot enter. Only the spirit will enter. The spiritual being will enter there.
Mourning, a ritual that is unique to the faith, is the way Baptists learn how to travel in the spiritual realm. It is a ritual I have also taken part in. Members' eyes are covered as they lay in the mourning room for days on end, receiving visions and dreams and revelations.
When you are all covered up and you're in that room and you communicating with God, your body just lie down there, but your spirit is, you know, spirit take that flight. Just travel through and out till, you know, that spirit come back.
I was invited by teacher Raquel to her church in the hills of Laventille to labor with the mourner. Their mourning room, also known as the secret chamber, was a tiny room attached to the back of the church. Laborers would stay in the church for 3 days to pray with the mourner at 6 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m. As a member, I was allowed to participate, but couldn't record video. The pointer, the ritual specialist, explained why.
Mourning is a very sacred and spiritual process, and there are some things, if something is shown, it is no longer a secret. And a secret must remain a secret. The values that we have in our faith is dynamic and exceptionally powerful. And most times it is not valuable anymore because it has been exposed into hands and into elements that it should not have been exposed into. So the art or the work or the essence of the secret is no longer valuable.
I could, however, record audio.
So why is it that people can hear but they can't see?
Most times, vision brings a higher awareness. Hearing brings us to a form of wanting to know what's happening. I want to see. So hearing brings us to that awareness of, yet still I'm hearing, but yet still it's a secret. It's unknown. It's the anonymous part of it that gives that inner spiritual vibe to know or to come.
So the sounds you are about to hear were from the night of the ritual. If you would like to experience what the mourner does with their eyes covered, I advise that you close your eyes for this next part. I will tell you when to open them again. Open.
Look in this box here.
I was told to stop recording at this part. A few members had started manifesting spirits within them, or what spiritual Baptists call catching power.
So what is catching power?
What is?
Catching power.
Catching power. It's a spiritual connection. As I said before, it's hard for someone that doesn't understand. You know, it's not something that you would fake, or it's something that you just feel a certain type of way and you just, you know, you're just being a trance. You know? As I said, people who don't understand wouldn't understand.
So how would you explain that feeling to somebody?
That feeling is for somebody to take it on their own. When you're explaining, you have to be in that space. You know? You have to be in that space.
The more I wasn't allowed to film, the more I realized that the camera was not simply an extension of me. What I could observe with my eyes, sometimes my camera couldn't. What the spiritual eyes could see, sometimes my carnal eyes couldn't. Therefore, my carnal eyes, my spiritual eyes, and my camera eye were three very different ways of seeing. What has been shown to you is the visible, observable aspects of the Trinidadian spiritual Baptist reality. But the unseen dimensions, which make up a huge part of their faith, such as spiritual travel and visions and dreams, could not easily be captured. So I will end with the saying that began this journey. Those who have eyes to see shall see.